Muluku, as we saw there tense scenes and even scuffles breaking out at that meeting.
Well, usually elective congresses are divisive by nature because you have preferences going into that particular meeting. Now, what happened there was that it was delayed, firstly, and people started to get agitated. And remember, it was organized by the National Executive Committee, outgoing committee. So, as a result, there was one faction which preferred the Deputy President of Sanco, who is also MEC of Sport in the Free State, Matabo Leeto, to become President of Sanco. They then went into the conference hall to hold their own Smolanyana Congress, but it didn't go far. What they did was to announce the names of the National Task Team, which they say will be taking over from the National Executive Committee, and that team, according to them, will be organizing a proper National Elective Congress in the next 3 weeks. Now, moments later, we saw another faction, just as they left, another faction went into the same conference venue. This time, it is a group that supported the incumbent, Richard Ndagani. And they went in there, held a conference. But what I should point out is that the ANC, which is an alliance partner of Sanco, had sent 2 deployees, David Matrobo as well as Elvin Bottas, who are members of the ANC's National Executive Committee, to support the Congress. Interestingly, they did not go into the first meeting. They attended the second meeting. So you can sort of assume that they were endorsing the second meeting.
But what are some of the issues at play here? What's at the center of this dispute?
Well, above all, it's more about capturing the control of Sanco. And we saw what has happened. I mean, just on Friday, during the preparatory meeting, we saw the police, members of the police's commercial crimes unit, storming the conference venue, wanting to arrest Richard Ndagani, the president of Sanco, as well as the secretary general of Sanco, Mpanza. Now, they had warrants of arrest. There was a bit of an exchange, and in the end, those police officers left. Hence, we saw the man who laid a complaint against those 2 leaders complaining that why not arrest people when a warrant of arrest are issued. And the genesis of that is that the 2 are accused of embezzling funds that were meant to, I'm told that they came from one of the cities, then they were meant to upgrade the skills of some of the community members. Of course, the 2 deny all those accusations, and now they've been ordered to go and appear before, present themselves to the authorities.
And what were some of the delegates saying about these tensions?
Well, delegates, depending on who you were speaking to. If you were speaking to those who were on the other side, those who disbanded the NEC and appointed the National Task Team, they said the mandate of the National Executive Committee ended yesterday. Now, meaning that going forward, they even showed us a provision in the constitution of Sanco and said that going forward, there needed to be a national task team that will take things forward. While on the other hand, those who attended the second part of the conference said, how do you declare a conference, say it has ended, whereas it has never begun in the first place. So, but I must point out that things did not look good. I mean, those who attended, who would usually attend such meetings, you will know that even as a media practitioner, you cannot get into the conference venue without a media accreditation. So people were just walking in. And what I'm anticipating there is that you're going to have people, firstly, disputing the legitimacy of that particular Congress, saying that perhaps there were bogus delegates who attended. And I foresee a situation where people will be taken to court.
And just in wrapping up, what does this mean, especially in preparation for the elections? Surely this does not bode well for the ANC and its partner.
Well, Sanco is the microcosm of society, because if you consider the fact that members of Sanco, it's a civic organization, and a lot of them are not necessarily politicians. They are activists. They should be doing the work for the African National Congress. Now, if you look at other structures of the ANC, even for instance the I beg your pardon, the SACP, look at COSATU, divisions are there, so there's nothing unusual. And I mean, in the report, the overview report of Sanco, they admit that since 2001 they have not held a successful national elective congress. They were always marred by chaos, in some instances violence. So it's the order of the day, seemingly.
Well, thank you for that update. That was ENCA reporter Moloko Moloto.